welcome to the Gen X Glam and Gab channel here on YouTube. It is great to see everyone, whether you're new, whether you're coming back. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I know I have some new folks because they're chiming in the previous video where I challenged the algorithm. I said, the YouTube algorithm hates me. Let's try a giveaway. And that's exactly what I did. I posted a giveaway in my last video. It comes in this nifty little bag. This is not a giveaway video, but I will link the giveaway video. All you have to do is comment in the video and be a resident or having a mailing address in Europe, Canada, or the USA, and you'll be eligible. I'm so excited. We've got several comments already. And if you're an OG Gen X Glam and Gab follower here in my community, you will know that I have always said, if I crack 100 comments, it triggers an additional giveaway. So there'll be 2 giveaways and I'll come up with something good. I promise I will. And I think I'm going to add a little bit of this to my video today. I think to add a little bit. I'm going to add some products to this giveaway from today's video because I'm going to unbox a brand new advent calendar. I bought my first of the season. It is a Finnish brand called Lumene. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Lumene. Again, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but the brand is named after a lake in Finland, in central Finland. Now, I have been to Finland. Well, I went to Helsinki. I went to Helsinki recently, like a couple weeks ago. Did one of these cute little weekend Nordic Baltic cruise getaways with friends, and it was really, really nice. But I have been all the way up in Finland. 2019, I ran an ultra marathon in the Laplands up in the Finland. I did it in July when they have 24-hour sun, so it was a race under the midnight sun. They were sort of marketing. We started the race at 6 p.m. and we ended at 6 a.m. and it was light the whole time. There were reindeers. I mean, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So I mean, I feel like I have seen the nature and the beauty of Finland. All right, and this advent calendar, I am so glad that it's the one that I'll buy this season. Now, I know I may buy that Charlotte Tilbury advent calendar if it goes on a smoking deal in Black Friday and Cyber Monday. But here it is. Here is the jacket. I'm going to do this video a little different than I've done other unboxing videos, and maybe that I've seen other people do unboxing videos. Oh, before I go any further, shout out to Wicked. Wickedly Delicious, I think, who shared in her comment in the giveaway video that her 50th birthday is coming up. That is Gen X all the way. 50 and still nifty as far as I'm concerned. Shout out there. And again, shout out to all the new subbies that have like, hey, the algorithm popped for me and popped for you in my feed. So thank you so much. And again, good luck to everyone that is entering that giveaway. All right, let's see if we can trigger a twofer. Let's see if we can get 100 comments. And I always say, like, my comments count. So if you make a comment, I make a comment, that's 2 comments. That's like a total twofer. All right, here it is. Here's the jacket. Like I said, I'm doing this a little bit different than I've done unboxing videos, than I've seen unboxing videos. I've already unboxed. I unboxed offline because I have, okay, what is this? My second year. This is my second year here on YouTube. Have done a ton of unboxing, and like many of my fellow creators, I have been caught up in the, oh my gosh, I can't get this piece of plastic off. I can't pry this box open, and it just kind of wastes airtime. So I'm trying to be a little bit more efficient. So this morning while I had my coffee, I had a really great time taking a deep dive. I spent hours. I went, because it's daylight savings time here, so we fell back. I woke up this morning and I was like, it's 5:30. Well, I feel awake. I'm ready to go. And so I got a really early start to my day. So here it is, Lumene. This is the shade. I've already unboxed it all. I've already looked into it. I already have some comments. I have some dish on the brand. That kind of sounds ominous. There's no dish on the brand. This brand is fantastic. It's been around since 1970. Right down here it says 24 Nordic beauty secrets, and there are some really fantastic ingredients unique to the Nordic region that we're in. It's just, I'm so happy that this is the one that I bought because I have been looking at advent calendars online, in stores, and I haven't pulled the trigger. In fact, I saw this one on the duty-free shop on the ship, and I was like this close to pulling the trigger. So there are 10 full-size products in this advent calendar. Here we go. Here's the actual box. It's kind of nice. It reminds me of like a pop-up card, or I don't know, back in the day, the Gen Xers, you remember playing with the paper dolls, right? And we used to dress the paper dolls, like just this texture and the cutout of all, it kind of reminds me of like paper dolls, pop-up greeting card. It's beautiful. It shows the Nordic scene, okay? We've got ice skaters, we've got cross-country skiers, we have like, I think maybe an open pond. We have cottage. We have a little cottage. Cottaging in the winter is such a cozy thing to do. And then inside you have just another wintry, lovely scene. And what I liked about this is when you pull one out, you can see the number. You see that? Sometimes when I've gotten advent calendars, I've taken them apart and I can't figure out how to get them back in. I am not a puzzle-minded person. Some people like naturally are good with puzzles. They should go on the show Survivor. But anyway, so I really appreciated how that, I didn't have to think about it. I just put it back in like a child could do this. In fact, this could double as a kiddo's toy. If your kiddo's learning the numbers, just buy this thing for them and see how good they are. See what numbers they need to practice. So there it is. It's already emptied. I'm just going to show it one more time, and I'm going to put it over on my small vanity desk that I've already talked about. So what else is there to say about this brand? It's vegan friendly. It aims for sustainability. In the past 20 years specifically, it was founded in 1970, but in the past 20 years specifically, it has innovated ways to be more sustainable, more friendly to the environment. It's got several Nordic unique ingredients. There's a berry called the cloudberry. It's like a little golden, delicious berry. It has Finnish birch bark. Yes, that is in 2021. I don't know, don't quote me. 2021, they started replacing microplastics in their brand with this Nordic birch bark. Which is, and then they're also using Nordic birch sap as an ingredient inside of their products. And that gives kind of like a smoothing, according to my research that I had over coffee, because daylight savings time got me going early this morning. The cloudberry is supposed to brighten. I love ingredients that brighten. That's what I'm looking for as my skin, my vintage skin gets more vintage. I like products with a bright, be it skincare or makeup, that has a brightening component to it. What else? Arctic spring water that they literally drill from holes in the ice. It reminds me of ice fishing. So yeah, they filter it out, they drill it through a hole, and the goal is, again, sustainability, to be more, like a lot of times people will say, oh, this has skin loving ingredients. Well, their skin loving ingredients are also environmentally friendly and sustainable ingredients in their products and in their packaging. So I think it's completely fascinating. If you're that kind of folk, and I don't consider myself like a super green, right? I'm all about clean ingredients though, but it's not like, I'm not out there with my picket sign or anything, but I love the initiative. I love the conscientiousness of it. I think that we should all stand together whenever we can and protect our environment, right? We know it's not lasting forever, even though probably in our lifetime it'll still be around. And it's hard to imagine, 5 generations of us, right? Our offspring plus 5 generations. It's hard to imagine that future, but it's going to be here for someone. And yeah, let's leave something. And with that, let's get into some of this. So it has the Lumene brand, as far in terms of their skincare, has 6 collections. It has a Nordic Sea, it has a Hydra, that sounds good. It has Bloom, it has Clear, it has Ageless, and it has Sensitive. So 6 collections. This particular calendar came with 13 skincare products, came with 8 makeup products, and 3 hair products, a total of 24 products. And like I say, I've already opened them up. We're going to get into them. And let's start with something from the Nordic Sea line. This is the Glow Boost Essence. And before I get too far, I'm going to use an essence over a toner. It also came with a toner. These are partials. These weren't full size, but 10 full size products is huge. This thing came with 10 full size products between the makeup and the skincare lines. And then we can do the math, 14 partials. I should say the value. So the overall value of this thing, I pay, okay, so it cost 1,199 Swedish kroner. That's equivalent to about 127 US dollars. The thing is worth 3,006 Swedish kroner, which is equivalent to around 300, excuse me, and 26 US dollars. So this isn't one where it's like, cost 165. It has $185 in value. Like, those are out there. Those are lame. This is crazy. It is crazy. It's over, the value of it is over $200 from what I paid. I'm just going to talk in dollars, but I mean, I bought it in Swedish kroner, and I bought it in a store called Kicks. I got it in a store called Kicks, which is somewhat like, seems like a Sephora, but it doesn't have all the brands of Sephora. And I joined the membership. And when I joined, okay, this is from their Nordic Sea Glow Boost. Well, this is a Glow Boost Essence. It's from their Nordic Sea. And I'm going to use this instead of it has a scent to it. It has a scent, which, you know, a lot of sometimes super clean brands, their scents are a little bit off-putting. Like, I'm not going to say any like names. Okay, Ilia. Fantastic skin tint from Ilia, but I couldn't get over the smell, and so I actually gave my Ilia skin tint away. But this isn't what this video is about. Really pleasant, very like fresh. I would almost say like soapy scent to it. Super, super feels great on my skin. All right, we're gonna see too though. This stuff pills. Let's see if this brand pills. Although I opened it and got it all out of its cases, I have not tried it yet. So let's let the essence sink in and let's go back to Kicks, the shop I got it at. Yeah, so I looked, I asked the price. I was like, that's like over $100. I don't know. I was gonna leave the store. And then I was like, you know what? The more, like, something just drew me back, and there were tons of calendars there, right? Like, just tons. I was at the mall because I was getting my nails done, and I might regret going for brown, but I'm going to match it to a lot of outfits over the next couple of weeks. That's my plan anyway. And I thought it was like super for like the fall colors because all the leaves are changing and falling here. So anyway, I get to the checkout. I go back in. I'm on my way out. I go back in, I grab the thing, I take it to the register, and I ask if they have like a birthday, like membership. If I join their membership program, will I get like a birthday deal? And the lady's like, yeah, you will, but you have to be a member for a while. This is like giving me Sephora vibes here in Sweden, where it's like, yeah, you can get a birthday gift after you've been a member for a while and you build yourself up to whatever color for 1,800 kroner, which is over $180. Anyway, so I was like, she's like, do you still want to sign up? And I was like, yeah, I still want to sign up. So I signed up, and she's getting ready to ring me up. She says, oh, by the way, you get a 20% gift, like bonus for signing up. It's a welcome gift. Do you want to use it now? I was like, yes, I would like to use it now. I think this is a rather expensive purchase. And she agreed. She's like, yeah, it's kind of, yeah. She's like, she did great. I mean, that's pretty much what I said. I wasn't condescending about it, but I was like, yes, I would like to use that now on this purchase. So I managed to get this thing down to just under $100 with the percentage off I got as signing up. All right, so there, I feel like the essence is sitting in there. Essence, remember, is that molecule, is that fantastic ingredient that just drinks up everything that you put on top of it. So let's start putting some stuff on top of it. For my moisturizer, I'm going to use this Glow Moisturizer. It's a 10 milliliter sample. Let's see, I opened the ones that I wanted to use. It's got like a little bit of a light pink hue to it. And this sample itself, the Glow Moisturizer, I want to say it's either the 10 milliliters is either worth 40. Again, really nice. There's vitamin C, I think, hence the Nordic Sea in this particular line, in the Nordic Sea. Wow, this feels really nice. It's just melting into my face. This one is either worth 43 or 63. I'm a little bit confused with the Nordic Moisture Balm. I think this Nordic Moisture Balm from their Hydra collection is this 10 milliliter sample is the one worth 43. And I think the Nordic Sea Glow Moisturizer, which I'm putting on right now, is the one that's worth 63. So I like to break, if you're new to the channel, I do sometimes like to break down these sample size products that we get often, you know, when from brands as gifts with purchase or as, you know, from stores. I like to break down what's the cost per milliliter. You take the main cost, say it's 300, something's costing you 300, and you know, and it's a 50 milliliter product. You just divide 50 into 300 to find out what the price per milliliter is, and then times it by however milliliters come in the in the product. And so that's how I figured out like the full value. Obviously the 10 full-size products, that was pretty easy, right? That was pretty easy to figure out. All right, let's look at some of this stuff. I'm just going to show you quickly the 3 hair products that came. There seems to be 2 hair product collections. This one is the Strength and Shine shampoo, very generous 50 milliliter sample. 50 milliliters for a hair sample is enough to know if you dig it, if it works for you. So that's fantastic. 15 milliliters, in my opinion, not enough. Even 20 milliliters, not enough. I figure I use about 8 milliliters of a squirt of shampoo and maybe 10 of a conditioner. My hair's so fine, so I tend to use a lot of conditioner. Hey, I got this shirt yesterday too. It's not a shirt, it's a really comfortable sweater at H&M because when I went to get my nails done, okay, I don't expect to walk right in. I did not expect to walk right in, especially like at noon on a Saturday. So I was like, fine. They're like, come back in an hour. I went to H&M, I did a little shopping, came back. Then I sat for another hour. But again, I didn't mind. I didn't have an appointment. I get it. I feel like patience is something that we just have to have, like as humans. We just have to have patience. At the end, even though I waited a couple of hours, they had candy there. They had a candy bowl. And they had like coffee and tea. They were kind of doing me the favor. I mean, I could tell like they were squeezing me in. So what's the lesson learned? Just make an appointment. Make an appointment. And I have the card so I can. So then I have the Strength and Shine conditioner. These are worth about 25 bucks. In the full size, they're 300 milliliters, and they gave me 50 milliliters. And then there's also a Nordic Sea Glow Boost 2-in-1 hair mask. I'm not super fan of masks, but I might give it a try because I'm just so excited about this brand. Do we have it? Like, help me out. I don't think it's I don't know if it's in Sephora, or maybe bits and pieces. I bet this thing's on Ipsy. I bet if you scroll through Ipsy, because there are so many like obscure brands that maybe just have 1 or 2 products that they post on Ipsy. But I mean, so fantastic. All right, so there's the hair stuff. Now I'm going to get into like the cleansers, mini cleansers. We have the Nordic Clear. I think this is the only thing from the Clear line that came of the, you know, of the 6 skincare lines. And it is a clay to foam cleanser. Love cleansers. Definitely going to cherish that. And an oat milk oil cleanser. This is from the Nordic Hydra collection. So there's some cleansers. Also got from the Nordic Hydra collection a boost toner, which I would have used had I not used the essence. But sometimes, unless the toner has essence in it, I feel like it's overkill to do both. But I don't know. That's just me. The Bloom skincare collection. You've got a night moisturizer and a day moisturizer, and they're both anti-wrinkle. I think that's, these are, I'm using them again, 10 milliliters. I'm so obsessed really with samples. And if you've watched my channel for a while, you know that. And you know, I'm used to getting like, I don't know, you know, 10 milliliters is really generous, especially for skincare. Because you look at Clarins, for example, they give a lot of samples of products, and I don't know, they tend to be in the 5, 7, 10 milliliters. I guess my point is, without getting like too distracted, is I feel like these are very generous size volume of product in these partials, because remember there were 10 full size, which I haven't even gotten to, for somebody to test, to do enough where they like know if their skin is jiving with it, right? If it's a good match. All right, let's go. A couple more 10 milliliters. We have from the Nordic Hydra collection, a moisture balm in an intense moisturizing an intense hydration moisturizer. Is this the one I opened? I didn't open it. See, there's a little tab. I was thinking for my moisturizer in this video to use the moisture balm. So I did open that and I swatched it. And then I decided to stick with the Nordic Sea because I wanted to use like the toner and one of the moisturizers. So this one that I did not open, this is the Intense Hydrating Moisturizer. I am going to go ahead and pop it in the giveaway bag because I want to share. I totally want to share. I want to share some of this brand with whoever wins that giveaway. All right. And then, and the other thing here is in the Nordic Sea is a glow cream with SPF 30. We're almost through the partials that came in this calendar. There is a Nordic Sensitive Rich Night Balm. There's a particular Shiseido product from their Vital Perfection collection. I love saying that I think is really great for nighttime. And I try to use that. It's supposed to help the sagging. I always love that, like reading it on the back, like helps sagging. I think sagging is such an unseemly word. And if I was in marketing, I would not put on a product. But anyway, so this Night Rich Balm, again, not opened. I think this might end up in a future giveaway because I'm really hoping this giveaway thing works. Because if you're new to my channel, you can scroll back through my videos and correct me if I'm wrong, OG Gen X Glam and Gabbers in the community. But wouldn't you say 15% of my total videos might be giveaway videos? I did a lot of giveaways when I was over there living in Canada, mom in her basement. I just did, as I've amassed, you know, a very decent collection in the midst of my midlife makeup crisis that hit me a couple of years ago. And I just wanted to give back. And so I was a big fan of giveaways when I was living in Canada, and I would like to continue that trend here from Europe. So we're going to experiment and see how it goes. Again, I said, you just got to rip the Band-Aid off. We just need to see how this goes. And I would just love to get those 100 comments and trigger the twofer. Then it's a twofer giveaway. And then that's super exciting. Next weekend, I can come on and announce 2 winners. All right, here's another partial setting spray. I almost tossed this in the giveaway, but in my decluttering from the summer, I actually got rid of a lot of my setting sprays because I wasn't sure about shipping and flammability and stuff. So I gave them to friends. I gave them in the declutter videos. I left some at my summer place. But I decided to keep this because it's got a lot of those Nordic friendly, environmental friendly ingredients in it. It sets, it prepares, and it refreshes. I really love a spray that does all of that. Very pleasant scent, by the way. That it's not just a setting spray. If I'm feeling like I need a little something, I can just spray that. And then I feel like, oh, I got a little glow. I got a little illumination, a little hydration from a spray. And, you know, if I'm at the end of my makeup routine and I want to set it, or if I want to prep my skin with it, e.l.f. has some really good sprays for that too. Like I feel like e.l.f. has some good it'll set, it'll prep, it'll refresh. So super excited to get that. That's it. We're through the partials. I know, I blew right through it. Now let's go into the full-size products. Super excited. We're going to start with the Lip Glow Oil Balm. This is a special edition. It's in the flavor Candy Cane. I love it. I love peppermint. So again, I feel like this was just so meant to be that, like, look at that. That's a nice little shine. That I waited to buy an advent calendar. I had my eye on this one in duty free on the boat to Helsinki. It's a Finnish brand. And yeah, I'm so excited that I pulled the trigger. All right. I want to try this. Not this rich eye cream, not this one, because it came with 2 full-size eye cream typey products. This one, the Glow Awakening Eye Cream, again from the Nordic Sea collection. This here, okay, here we've got Nordic Sensitive. So I did get something from the Sensitive because I was starting to wonder, did I get anything from the Sensitive? So this rich eye cream. Let's go in though with the Awakening cream. I swatched both of these, and the Awakening cream is it's a very thin cream. And when I swatched the rich eye cream, it was a little bit It was a little bit thicker, but both blended out really, really well. This is the Awakening. Because sometimes, I have to go back. I don't mean to pick on my vintage skin, but it's vintage, my friends, and there's nothing we can do. We're not share. We can't turn back time. It is what it is. I like to say, you know, all of this fun girly stuff, I didn't mean to profile. All this fun stuff, all this fun beauty stuff, it's not meant to make us perfect, right? It's meant to have fun and as a tool to help diminish the imperfections, right? Because if you figure you're going to just, like, any of this stuff is going to instantly make you look perfect, it's delusional. It's delusional, my friends. All right, that was the Eye Awakening Cream. I need to wake these 52 under eye and lids up. And then a little bit, I guess I'll just, I hate to double dip here. Let's put it on the lids and just under. This is the Rich Eye Cream. And again, two different collections. The Rich Eye Cream is from the Sensitive, and the Eye Awakening was from the Nordic Sea, which I believe has a fair amount of vitamin C. A lot of products here in the line, their makeup and skincare, have vitamin C in it, which is another one of those brightening ingredients. All right, so full-size lip oil balm, full-size under eye awake, full-size eye cream. There's also a full-size 8 milliliter eyeshadow primer. Sometimes I'm like, eyeshadow primer, I don't know. Is that a gimmick? We've talked about P. Louise's, which is a fantastic one. Her rumor base has great pigment and really smooths out. Here is the primer here. It says to use your fingertips or you can use a brush, but you're supposed to blend it quite really well and evenly on your lids. And it's supposed to help all day, like avoid the creases. And I was kind of wondering when I was reading about this, like online and on the back of the box before I opened it up and swatched it, if it would have any degree of pigment in it or if it would be just like greasy and clear. And it's not greasy and clear. It does seem to have a bit of a thickness to it and a tiny bit of a pigment that I would actually even like definitely make sure I drag across my bridge. Let's let that set. Let's let it set. And look at a couple other of the full size. We have a full size Natural Glow Moisturizing Illuminating Primer. I swatched this on my back of my hand, and it came off with a little bit of too much, I don't want to say shimmer or glitter because it's not glitter, sparkles. And I'm not a fan of primer. And if I do use primer, I tend to like a mattifying primer. So this is going to go in a future giveaway. Even I just did a little tiny squirt. But this product here, the Natural Glow Skin Tone Perfector, this is like our friend, although there's no pigment, this is like a Lumene L'Oreal Glotion. It's meant to give you like a little bit of, maybe a little bit of a tint and a glow. But this is a special winter. This is a special edition. And this lip glow oil balm is also a special edition. You cannot just get this straight up on the website. You can only get this in the advent calendar. And this is the other product in there that's unique to the advent calendar. There's like a honey something and a light tan are the two official shades for this. This is called Winter Glow. And it is, it looks like snow. I think if I put this on, it's just going to give a glow to my complexion. And this, and both this and the primer would be fantastic. I think if you mix them with your, I think you could even mix it with a little bit of concealer, but definitely with the foundation. So I'm getting like a little bit of a winter glow, but you could wear it on its own. You could mix it, but I would pair, oh, where's my, hold on. Where are you, Wicked? Okay, here is my Wicked REM Beauty. This reminds me of the Wicked REM Beauty, the Natural Glow Skin. This Natural Glow Skin Perfector in the shade Winter Glow reminds me a lot of the REM Wicked sort of glow primer moisture. It's not a moisturizer. This thing is, and it's not a serum. It's a very unique product, which I do like. And, but this kind of reminds me of that, the glow. I think that, you know, if makeup sits well on top of it, I would say it's a definite win. All right, let's go with the creme de creme. Oh, there's three more things. All right, I want to save number 24 for last. I can't believe I'm organized enough in this video to save number 24 for last, but I am. All right, so also got a full size eye pencil. This swatched, and I actually tried it on my my waterline before I started filming, and it just draws out so easily. I'm not pressing at all. You don't need a lot of pressure with this thing. It's just in the shade brown, which I'm a fan of. Don't usually draw out on the waterline that much because I wear contact lenses and because I rub my eyes and I smudge, but I'm thinking that might be a winner. And for those of you who've been with me for a long time, you know I've been looking for a winner. You know I've been looking for a winner in eyeliner, and this one might be it. And teacher told me in beauty school that these kind of eyeliners, not the gel ones, but the ones that are pencils, those are the best ones to draw out. Like, those are the best ones to like avoid the smudging, and to just the easiest to use, even, especially for me, because I'm always like, I'm such a, you know, when it comes to my lip lining and water lining and eye lining, I'm kind of challenged. All right, and then this mascara, this is in a really neat like brown shade, something berry, and it's supposed to have a cone shaped, although it doesn't look that much different than a, you know, your standard applicator, like your standard Comey one, not super bushy, but it's designed to reach the inner corners of your lashes. It's designed to grip the roots of your lashes. It's designed to be weightless. And the best thing is it's designed to be removed easily. That is my biggest pet peeve with mascara in general, is I don't want to be washing my face for days to get it off. To me, that's not a sign of a good product. All right, number 24. This is their liquid blush, full size. This blush comes in 6 different shades. And if you watch the videos, it's kind of like a dot, like I call it the Doppler radar, but it's, yeah, you're supposed to, it's one of these that you shake. You shake. So a couple of, this one, I think I was supposed to shake the essence. So, whoa, overall, this is a dewy, this is a moisturizing, hydrating, brightening type of brand. All right. And I'm feeling like, let's see, I'm just going to do, they said you can put it on your apples or on like your cheekbones. I'm just going to do a tiny bit here. This is my lip bar. Let's use an e.l.f. This is kind of dense. Let's use this e.l.f. And just, yeah, that's nice. It's super nice. This is like my vibe, you know, like the barely there look. I mean, I would work this up. It's not patchy. You would keep working with this, right? And you would definitely get some powder over it. And it's giving like that dewy flush of color that, I don't know, many of us like. And, you know, for those of you who are with me, you're Gen Xers, you're with me, your skin is vintage like mine, you know, less is more, but yet we still want something. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're well. Thanks for tuning in again, especially all to my new viewers. It warms my heart. It warms my heart to have everyone here. Take care. I'll see you in the next video.